Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. Today I'm going to do some baking amongst a couple other things. This morning I'm going to start out with applesauce oatmeal cookies. So in this mixing bowl I'm going to put in 1 stick of softened butter. And 1 cup of sugar. And we are going to cream these 2 ingredients together. Okay, now we are going to add 1 cup of applesauce. I am using my homemade applesauce. Need a little bit more. Okay, 1 cup of applesauce. And we need 1 egg, room temperature. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Let's finish off this bottle. And now we're going to mix this all together. Okay, now we are going to add 2 cups of flour. We need a teaspoon of baking soda. A teaspoon of baking powder. A teaspoon of ground cinnamon. A half a teaspoon of salt. And a half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. and 2 cups of oats. These are quick cooking. Recipe calls for old-fashioned, but I have quick cooking on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. And now we're going to mix these together. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, I'm going to get this thing out of my way. Now the recipe is saying you can add raisins if you want to, but I want to add cranberries because I have them. So I'm going to chop up some here. More. To the whole cup. And I'm just going to put this in the cookie mixture. You might get a nice pinkish, reddish hue to the cookies, but that'll be okay. And you can add a cup of chopped nuts. I have half a cup of walnuts here. And I am also going to add white chocolate chips. I'm going to do about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to mix this all in here. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. See how pinkish it is. We don't like raisins, and I bought all them cranberries, so we'll give that a whirl. Okay, now I need to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to line my baking sheet with parchment paper, and we're going to lay out these cookies. Okay, all 4 of my cookie sheets are filled. So now as soon as this oven is preheated to 350, they are going to bake for 9 to 11 minutes. So I'll bring you back after these are done. Okay friends, the cookies are done. I'm putting the temp up to 400 degrees. And I'm going to cook up a 12-ounce package of bacon because we are having, oh wow, this is some thick cut bacon. We're having cream of wheat one of these nights after work. So I want bacon already prepared for us. Hey, extra thick. We'll try one of these cookies. Yeah, these are okay. Yep, I like these. Okay, as soon as this oven's preheated to 400 degrees, I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to guess it's going to take a good 30 minutes for it. I'm going to flip it halfway through, and then I will bring you back. Okay, you guys have seen me make granola bars many times. This time I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm just going to make granola. I need to preheat my oven to 350. It won't take long to get there. I need 4 cups of oats. And then I need a 1.5 cups of raw nuts or seeds in here. This is a 1.5 cup measure. So I have a good 3/4 cups of chopped almonds. And now I'm going to add some pumpkin seeds. I keep my nuts and stuff in the freezer. Well, that'll take all of these. And I need 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're going to give this a good stir. Okay, now we are going to add 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil, or you can use olive oil. I have just under 1/2 cup. So I'll just put in a little bit more honey. And I need 1/2 cup of honey. I was going to go a little bit extra, wasn't I? Gonna put another good squirt in here, since I was a little shy on the oil. And then I need a teaspoon of vanilla. Oven's ready already. Okay, what I say, a teaspoon, so I'll just use my 1/2 teaspoon twice. And now we're going to stir this all together to get it all coated. All right, that is looking pretty good. We're going to pour it on this parchment lined baking dish. It's the same one I used for the bacon. And we are going to spread this out. And we are going to toast this in the oven for 21 to 24 minutes. And I'm going to stir it halfway through. So I'll see you back here in about 25 minutes. Okay, our granola is looking like it's done. It was in for 25 minutes. Oh, look at that. It looks good. So I'm going to let it sit here and cool while I take care of the other stuff we've made. And then we'll give that granola a taste. So for the bacon, I'm just going to store it here in this glass container. It is completely cool. Now we'll have bacon with our cream of wheat. Monday night, I believe it is. And the cookies, those are good. They're completely cooled down. So I will put a few in this cookie jar. Do a dozen. The rest I'll put into a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. And then after those cookies are gone and we need some more, I can just go down in the freezer and get some. I am not one of these people who will freeze cookie dough balls and bake 2 to 4 cookies at a time, because that to me just doesn't make sense, heating up your oven and baking only a couple cookies at a time when you can go pull them out of the freezer and they are just as good as freshly baked. Electric bill is high enough. Now, as far as this granola is concerned, if you wanted to, you could sprinkle some coconut flakes on there now, or some chocolate chips. But I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. There's cookies for the freezer. And we have bacon made for after work. I'm going to give this a try. Oh, that's good. Yep. Nice and nutty. Sweet and salty. I think that's all I have for you guys today. Got to get my freezers worked through so we can start doing some bigger meal prep days. I'll be sure to have the granola recipe and the cookie recipe linked for you below in the description box. I'd like to thank you for spending this time in the kitchen with me today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.